I'm also going to help you build 3 super powerful lead generation methods. A lead generation method is pretty self-explanatory. It's just anything that gets a lead from the vague corners of the internet into your email address, into, I don't know, like your phone contact book, just something that gets you talking to somebody, essentially. Now, these are by far the most affordable, the most tried and tested, and the most straightforward ways to start actually talking to real customers that I've found in my many years and working with over 500 automation businesses. Every single one of these platforms only takes a few hours to set up. It's like a one-time cost. And then after that, you just have to spend a couple of hours per week to maintain the lead flow. On a per lead basis, so if you just break it down to how much a single lead costs, these are all orders of magnitude more affordable than anything else you could try. I know this because I've tested this multiple times, and I've also experimented with like 30 or 40 different lead generation sources in my time in automation. So the only thing that's really required in many of these cases is going to be a few hours of your day to be able to put in the reps. Some of these are going to cost maybe a cent to 2 cents a lead. The cent or 2 cent a lead that you pay here are going to be, like, if you think about, like, I don't know, just like pay-per-click ads as a benchmark, which most people believe that you need to do in order to succeed in business. The cost of a pay-per-click ad lead might be $10, $20, or $30, right? In our case, they're going to be a couple of cents. So the difference is going to be so massive that it doesn't really matter where you are in your automation business. It doesn't matter your economic or family background. You'll be able to pick this up and start rolling with this as quickly as possible. So the very first one is cold email. To start, we're going to build a series of powerful, high-converting cold email campaigns. I'm going to show you the most cost-effective ways to source leads. I'll show you a variety of options depending on your budget and that sort of thing. I'll then show you how to write powerful copy that converts, and then how to set up mass outreach in an affordable and what I call risk-mitigating way. These are growth hacks, plain and simple. They're not going to be super amazingly laid out. They're just going to be hacky, and they're going to make you money. And I'll show you how to make the most of them. This is the same pipeline that I and many others who I've consulted with have now used to make hundreds of thousands of dollars with cold email alone. The second big lead generation source that is specifically fine-tuned to people that are where you are right now, which is the start line, is Upwork. Now, Upwork is one of the most looked down upon platforms on the internet, but it's also one of the most powerful. I've made over $1 million using the leads that I've got from Upwork. That doesn't mean that I made $1 million on Upwork. It means that I made $1 million, over $1 million, with the leads that I've generated from that platform. And that's just in the last few years. So if you're a beginner, it's incredible. And I'll run you through the logic. I'll show you how and why. But there's no better place to find leads who know what they want, have the money to pay you, and are positioned to literally click one button to buy it. It's the perfect place to win your first customer and find your first $1,000, $2,000, $10,000. The problem is Upwork looks really competitive. People also tend to look down on platform leads, like I mentioned, and that typically turns people off. But I'll just show you how to avoid all of that and structure everything in such a way that you get to eliminate all the negatives, and then you get to multiply on all the positives. And then the last method that I want to talk about is the community approach. And this is the most organic. It's the one that doesn't actually technically require any money, although you can certainly spend money if you want to grow. It's extremely easy to start. All it really is going to require is just your time to build a little bit of a reputation. So what I'm going to do in this program is I'm going to show you how to build high value content frequently. This is the exact same sort of content that I post on my YouTube. You're just going to be doing it for a very small niche audience, specific to the business model that you are attempting to help. And then I'll help you build the consistency in order to do this frequently, along with some due diligence, some templates and that sort of thing that allow you to reach out to all these people that interact with your posts and give you thumbs up and that sort of shit. And then from there, you'll be able to book calls and get actual business experience and like interfacing with customers from them. So it's the least salesy lead gen method here. It's also one of the most powerful. It's working right now. I don't know if it's going to work in like a year from now. Maybe things will be a little bit different. But a lot of the time, it's not necessarily about learning a specific way to do lead gen. It's about learning how lead gen works in general, because lead gen methods, any one of these could just disappear overnight. Gmail could patch their cold email thing. Upwork could become 100 times more expensive. Communities fundamentally could change the way that they work, right? So, while it's important to get these 3 deliverables at the end of the program, the point I'm making is that you don't need these 3 lead generation methods to succeed. You just need the mindset that I'm going to be instilling with you to find the highest ROI lead generation source possible. In our case, though, we're going to make it simple. We're going to focus on the daily lead gen actions that make you money, and that's what these 3 are for to start.